I think you would poll better and be a better candidate for president than DeSantis and Trump. So would you take a VP slot with either one of them, or I'd rather just go ahead and back you for president? No, you laugh at that, but see, no. You're way smarter than, I'm serious. You're just as smart or smarter than both of them, and you've got the guts we need. Everybody loves you. I'm serious. We need to think about MTG president here, and find some other great smart woman, blow the left away. Hey, we'll have 2 women. I don't give a damn. Just give me patriots. Get the New World Order off my back. Stop the drag queen story time. Stop men competing in women's sports. To control our borders. We want you, MTG.
Well, thank you, Alex. And I will tell you, it's not something I don't consider.
Okay, yeah, that should send a shiver running up your spine. She is already thinking about being president. Well, if you're already so brainless and arrogant to believe that you should be a congresswoman with no qualifications whatsoever, why not believe that you could be the president? After all, we chose Donald Trump. So is it really that crazy that she could run in a Republican primary and win? Are you really sure that she couldn't be? Sure, it's at the level right now that it's only Alex Jones that's talking about it. But I don't know if Tucker Carlson thought that it was to his benefit of his political ideology to have her as president. Could they not push that? But anyway, we're gonna talk about this, Ben, about how crazy that is an idea. I do want to just briefly touch on when Alex Jones extemporaneously decided to come up with the big issues that are so significant that we need a Marjorie Greene presidency. His order was the New World Order, drag queen story time, men competing in women's sports. Those were the top 3 for him. The fact that there is a world order that controls everything that's going on, and then next up, I guess, would be drag queen story hour, I guess. So that's how deep this new focus has gotten into even people like Alex Jones. What do you think?
Well, that's actually what's really scary about it, right? So they use this coded language, but what they really mean when they say that, and this is why we need to understand, these people are genocidal maniacs, right? Like, to be very, very clear, when they say New World Order, and then they immediately connect it both to immigration and the existence of trans women, okay? And in this case, they're talking about drag queens, but like, let's be real, right?
But they say, think that that's the same thing. They
think it's
don't
the
know
same
or
thing.
care. Yeah.
Because when they say they don't want drag in front of children, what they're really saying is they don't want trans people in public. That is what they are saying, because any type of regulation on one would undoubtedly spill over to the other. But so what? Let's piece all of this together, right? Because it really needs to be laid out. There is a conspiracy theory that is a Nazi conspiracy theory that has been around for over 100 years now, literally like popularized in Nazi Germany, that Jewish folks are somehow A, secretly organizing society, B, imposing queerness on people, and C, replacing white people with, people of color. Right? That is the conspiracy theory. That is the conspiracy theory that these people believe in. It is the same conspiracy theory that the Nazis used to come to power in Nazi Germany. That is the reason why it is their top priority. And that is why anybody who knows anything about history knows exactly what comes next. Right? They say that they're just banning drag in front of children, but then it turns into throwing every trans person they see in jail, right? They say that they're just cracking down on illegal immigration, but then they revoke people's citizenship and throw people in jail. This is what happens. And what happens after people are put in jail, right? We know where this goes. We know exactly where this goes. And that is why this is their top priority. Fundamentally, they're Nazis, right? They're pushing Nazi propaganda, they're pushing Nazi rhetoric, and they're supporting Nazi policies. Any analysis of what they say, right? And this is where it's irresponsible for the media to take things at face value, right? Any analysis of what they say that doesn't include the very explicit fact that they are pushing anti-Semitic conspiracy theories is being dishonest to the audience, because that's what this is.
Yeah. It's as you were talking about in one of our previous stories. It's like this is their reaction to someone proposing that we make society better, or that people should have more opportunity, more access, all that. It'll always be the same response. It's it comes in a variety of different forms with a lot of overlapping characteristics, some unique ones, but it's the fascist response. It is a knee-jerk opposition to education or expertise, a hatred and fear of any kind of diversity, an acknowledgement of difference. It's a veneration of violence. It's turning away from democracy when you no longer believe that has been set up in a way that will deliver you wins, outsized wins for your minority political opinions. That's what we're seeing. And along the way, if that results in Marjorie Greene being president, Alex Jones doesn't give a damn. He's fine with it. And by the way, as of right now, we'll end on this. There's no polling of Marjorie Greene in the primary, but there could be soon. If you take a look at this is a chart we've shown people before, mostly because it shows the rise of Ron DeSantis from July of last year to June of this year. In this poll, at least for the University of New Hampshire, he is narrowly leading Donald Trump. The rest of the candidates are largely static. There's a little bit of a Mike Pence bump, but Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump they're the front runners right now. I believe that it is much more likely to be one of them that wins the primary than a Marjorie Greene, but Marjorie Greene can deliver authentic insanity better than the other two because she is more authentically insane and she is more enthusiastically ignorant. And for some of them, I think there would be a bit of an appeal to that. It might not come to that, and we would be in bad enough straits if either Ron DeSantis or Donald Trump becomes the candidate, let alone the president. But don't think for a second that it can't get worse than them.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.